Assalamualaikum and a very good day. Today we will present our assignment about building disaster in Malaysia for subject building service. We are from 4 BMMV S11. Firstly, I will introduce our group member. I'm HAZIRAH binti IBRAHIM, then AINAA NABILA binti AZAHAR, AISYAH binti MOHAMAD, NAZHATUL SYAHIRAH binti AZIZ, and lastly JABESH TALAN. We had chosen the article about the building tragedies that happened in Malaysia, which is the fire incident that happened at KWSP building in Petaling Jaya. The date for this incident happened is on 13 February 2018 at about 12 p.m. in the afternoon. The location for this fire incident happened is at Petaling Jaya at Bangunan Kumpulan Wang Simpanan Pekerja, which is KWSP. The place is located at Jalan Gasing. For the degree of disaster, we can categorize the degree of disaster at level 3, which is a major emergency because it involved the entire building and more than one unit of firemen from different fire stations that take place to extinguish the fire incident. The thick smoke can be the evidence because it affects the surrounding environment and causes people nearby to have a difficulty in breathing. Next, I will invite other people to present another point.
There are three causes. The first one is inflammable cladding. It begins by a spark that set a flammable cladding panel on the buildings outside from the maintenance works that being done at the building, and it is ignited the polyethylene cladding, which is a highly combustible material, and also there is a fire source close to it. Next, the building had used flammable cladding, which is it speed up the fire. So the figures show that the fire did not start from inside the building, but from the cladding installed on the outer side of the building. So the second causes is hot weather and wind. The situation getting worse in the building, which is the hot weather and strong wind also help spread rapidly the fire, so that the fire, which was brought under control in about 30 minutes, burned the building's exterior walls and part of the interiors of the 6th floor. So the last causes is illegal cladding material. The cladding for the building used inflammable polyfoam, which has not been approved by any party. Thus, the contractor did not get approval or the required safety certificate from his department. So the building with cladding materials which fail to meet stipulated specifications breached the Uniform Building Bylaw 1984. So the figure shows the cladding used on the building's exterior was made from polyfoam.
Next is losses. The losses of property of premise. The first point is based on the article from Utusan Borneo. The ensuing fire destroyed about 5% from the entire building. Most of the damage is at the wall as the fire started from the cladding material used outside the wall, which is polyfoam. Polyfoam is a flammable material. Next is the damage of vehicle around the premise. The vehicle that parked around the building also has been damaged from the fire. From the photo, you can see that the car that parked around it is already burned. Next is losses in terms of equipment and business. The KWSP company must have loss of trust from their client. From the accident, most of the citizen has afraid that the company has lost track of the account. So, the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of Operation, Datuk Muhammad Naim Darwish, said to Astro Money, he stated that the contributor data is also safe because we have data backup. He also added that we will take action for the recovery process as soon as possible. He also stated that our business continuity plan will be in place. He made this statement to put all of their customers at ease. Next, the company must also have suffered of losses. The company not only have to pay for damage from the fire that affect the building, they also need to pay for fine because they have break the rule by the Uniform Building Bylaws 1984 by use a flammable material as a cladding, which is polyform. It also stated in all the news that the cladding material is the cause of the fire.
Next, we move to the preventive ways. Based on the incident that happened to the EPF building in Petaling Jaya, the building caught fire due to the wall protection material being flammable. So, in this case, we need to ensure that the building's interior designer and the engineer collaborate to decide which interior decoration are safe to utilize on the foundation in order to avoid future problems. After that, the workers should be careful when doing their works such as reducing sparks of maintenance works that is exposed to the protective layer of the building. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration requires the employers protect their employee from the workplace hazard that can cause injury. Next, we move to the building needs to have safety equipment in the building such as fire alarms, fire extinguisher, building access and emergency evacuation routes. People locating exit in just as vital as having unblocked exit when it's come to fire safety in your building. Even in the event of the power loss, exit sign and lighting must remain bright and visible. Exit sign and lighting backup battery must be well charged and reliable. The emergency light unit must be functioning and exit sign and light backup batteries must be bright and clear of the blockage. So there are some examples of the picture of the fire alarm, fire extinguisher, and the sign of the building access and emergency evacuation routes. And lastly, this is the quotes from the Natal Pilbrick, which is in all natural disaster, through time, man needs to attach meaning to tragedy, no matter how random and inexplicable the event is.
Okay, next is conclusion. In conclusion, based on the accident that took place in Petaling Jaya, where the KWSP building caught fire, we have done some research on the building about this incident. The probable cause of this incident is when there is a spark on the inflammable cladding or illegal cladding material. Later, hot weather and wind helped the fire to spread quickly. This accident has caused 5% of the building to burn, and there were several cars damaged because of the collapsed building debris. This can lead to a loss of trust from the client, and the company will suffer of the losses where this company needs to pay for damage from the fire. Therefore, to prevent this from happening is ensure the building interior design and engineer work together to decide which interior decoration is safe to use on the foundation to avoid future problems. In addition, workers should be sensitive to safety and things that can cause accident. Finally, make sure there is a safety equipment in the building such as fire alarm, fire extinguisher, building access and emergency evacuation routes. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.